G'day and welcome to the RetroTinker. Today we're going to be working on a special project. I'm going to be customizing this Micro G.I. Joe roadblock as a gift for my buddy Xazyl. You may know Xazyl from his excellent YouTube channel, Xazyl's Clubhouse. He has a whole host of different videos such as his Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship series and live shows including Is That Any of Your Toy Biz with Adam from Go Figure, Gaz and Zaz STS with our mate Gaz, and of course there's O-Ring a Bell, a show we co-host together looking at O-Ring toys such as G.I. Joe. Now, if you've heard of Xazyl, you'll know he's a massive Sgt Slaughter fan. He has a huge collection of Sgt Slaughter toys and merch, so I'm going to make him something that he doesn't yet have because it doesn't exist. I'm going to customize this micro roadblock into a Micro Sgt Slaughter. I'm going to base it on the version 2 Sgt Slaughter figure as I think it'll work best for this particular project. Now I think this shouldn't be too hard a project. The little roadblock is pretty much generic enough for this. I'll have to remove a few of the sculpted details. Obviously I'll have to repaint the whole thing and also make him a campaign cover and a swagger stick. I think I'll also make up a new backing card to really sell the concept. I think it'll look good. Anyway, enough gas bagging, let's get to work. Well, this thing's pretty cool. Here he is with his accessories. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to just chop the end of one of these guns off, and that's a ready-made swagger stick right there. He's got a helmet. The helmet doesn't sit on his head very well, so I'll probably have to do a bit of modification anyway. But I can probably turn that helmet into a campaign cover. I'll also have to try to shave off these straps here, and the knife on his leg will have to come off. And yeah, he's got a pocket here with a gun in it, so I'll have to shave those off before I can paint anything. I would probably just use a craft knife and some sandpaper and try and get it as good as I can. Oh, he has a backpack too. Alright, let's get started. I managed to get what I can with the craft knife, and I've still got all my digits, so happy days. I guess it's time to get the sandpaper. Right, he looks good enough. Now I'm going to mix up a bit of Milliput and use it to make some details. So for example, Sarge's sunglasses, his wristbands, his whistle, stuff like that. Alright, when you mix up Milliput, you want to set it aside and leave it for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get started on the hat, or the campaign cover. I've got this 0.3mm styrene sheet and a couple of hole punches. Hopefully I'll be able to make the brim fairly easily, and then I'll just sculpt some Milliput over the top. I'm not going to use the helmet that came with him. I think it would end up being too bulky anyway. Yeah, see how we go. Man, that was fiddly. I don't think I'm going to get it much better than that. This is the fiddliest thing I have ever done. I decided I'm just going to paint the armbands on his wrists because it was just too much hassle to try and sculpt something so fiddly. So yeah, I'm going to let the miller parts set and then we will paint. Alright, he's all sanded up, and I think that's about as good as I'm going to get. I'll take this outside and give it a coat of primer. Alright, while the primer is drying, I may as well get to work on making the swagger stick. As I said earlier, all I'm going to do is chop the end of this gun off, and then all I have to do is paint it, and that's a ready-made swagger stick. Right, that looks like it's going to do the trick. I also trimmed up the gun a little bit. I think now it looks kind of like some sort of assault shotgun, so Sarge can have extra accessories. Now we'll just give this a bit of a light sand and paint it. The primer is dry and he's ready for paint. I'm not quite sure how much of this I'm going to be able to get on camera. It's so small and fiddly. I'll see what I can do. there you go. He's not looking too bad, really. He actually came out better than I thought he would. Now we'll see if he can hold on to his swagger stick. Yes, he can. Oh, that's great. What do you think, Teeny Sarge?
Perfect!
I thought you'd say that. Now, the keen-eyed observers among you may have noticed the card in the background doesn't match the figure. Well, not to worry. The last thing I want to do is change that card art. So, I spent some time on the computer and I came up with these. I printed extra in case I mess it up, but this should be fairly simple to replace. Let's get to work. Well, that was a bit messy, but not to worry, the lighter fluid here will make short work of that. Alright, next step, this doodad here is going to turn this into a sticker. I borrowed it from my wife, so thank you, my dear. It's a really cool bit of gear. It could also make fridge magnets and it laminates things. Size of it is a bit overkill. It's a bit wasteful, but it's what we got. So thank you to my wife, and sorry for wasting your stuff. You just push it in like that, and then wind it through. And then you have a sticker. How cool is that? Alright, I had to cut some of the trickier parts off screen. It was just too finicky, but that's good to go. Alright, that definitely looks the part. I had to put the stickers on off screen again because it was just too fiddly, but I love how that's come together. Oh, happy days. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Look how good it looks. Well, I suppose it's time to take some glamour shots, then little Sarge here can be packed up and sent on his merry way to Xazyl. I hope you enjoyed this little gift, mate. I hope he's a worthy addition to your collection. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little project. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, give the old algorithm a tickle. I'd appreciate it. Chatting to people in the comments always makes my day, so thanks so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one.